Okay, you can see I'm just about got as much as I want on here for a coaster. It's just about square. I can tell by folding up one side. And it makes just about a triangle that meets everywhere. So it's just about square. So I'm going to finish this row. Okay, now I've got some choices to make. If I want to just finish it right there, I just cut the thread along here, pull it completely through this loop, and pull it tight. And then it's going to look like this end where we started. Now, this is perfectly fine. Just like that. You don't have to do anything else to it. It would be finished. This is a great glass coaster or coffee cup coaster or whatever. If you want to do it that way, and if you want to just hide your ends, I want to show you on hiding your ends using this one since it's already clipped, and then I'll show you some more on the other. So you're just going to go in. You can use either a tapestry hook to pull it through, a tapestry needle, or a plastic canvas needle that's got a large eye. You can pull it through the middle of the threads back and forth, and that makes it real secure. You can go through a few times like this with your crochet hook because you don't want to take the time to go look for a large-eyed needle. It's all up to you. I do recommend, if the thread's not showing, you can look at that. You can barely see. You can see a little bit. But because the thread is the same, the yarn is the same, it's not showing much. You might want to go back and kind of do back stitches, a couple of stitches over, and it's not going anywhere then. It's going to be real secure in the wash and all of that. And I just ran it through a few times going this way, and then I pulled it back through going the other way. And now I just take a pair of scissors and clip it. And it's fine. And it's gone. And that end is finished. Now, if you decide you want to do an edging, most of the time you don't start and go back this way, like doing another row. Most of the time you just rotate it and go down that side. And you can see there's a row, there's a row, there's a row, there's a row. So the rows are not going to take up as much space. They're going to be narrower this way than your stitch width. So on the sides, you're going to have to kind of just work with it where that it doesn't pull and be either roughly or gathered. Now, this is looking like it would do pretty good just going along each thing. And I could just do a single crochet all the way around and it would be fine. I could also do an edging, and there are a million different edgings that you can do, and one of which would be to go 1, 2, 3 chain, count back 1, 2, 3, go into that one, and pull through both. And that is an eyelet. It's called a picot. Okay, then you go into your next one, and you could do this ever so often, however works for you. One, I'm going to say, about every third stitch. It's up to you. This is where you get into your design. And you're going to 1, 2, 3, and go back. Okay, then you're going to go into the next one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Makes it easier to remember if I do it that way. 3 of each. 3 straight stitches across, and then chain 3. Picot. And what I did was just a slip stitch into there. I'll show you again. 1, 2. Okay, now here's my corner. 3, and that's where I'm going to do another picot. Okay, I do 1, 2, 3 chains. Count back 1, 2, 3. Go back into that first one. Okay, now I've got both the loop that was already there, and I've picked up a loop from that first chain I did. I'm picking the yarn up, and I'm going to pull through both of them at the same time. And that's what you would call a slip stitch, pulling through both of them at the same time instead of pulling through one and then the other, like we've been doing with our single crochet. Because see, single crochet, we pull through one, got 2 loops on there, we pull through a second one. 1, 2. Now I'm going all the way down into that stitch. Let me go back and do that one off. Because see, now I've got those beginning stitches. You can kind of see them. They don't look exactly like the V's that were on the other side. See these V's here? Your beginning row doesn't have exactly like that. The little V's are spiraled kind of looking, if you can see what I'm talking about. It's there, but it's not as distinct. And you can either, and it doesn't matter, you can either just go down here and pick up those stitches in those little holes there like I just did, or you can just pick up the top 2. If you just pick up one, it gets a little funny looking, but if you pick up both, it'll be alright. It'll look good. So, 1, I'm going to pick up that next one. See, it's kind of a, I don't know, a spiral V. 3. Okay, and those were my regular single crochets around. Now I'm going to do my picot. 1, 2, 3. Go back into that third one. And instead of pulling through just the one and then pulling through both, I'm pulling through both of them at the same time. And that's the difference between a slip stitch and a single crochet. And they're both useful in a lot of ways. So, but I think you get the idea of what we're doing. 1, 2, 3. Now, around the edge of a sock, a little girl's sock, it would be so cute to just stick. You're going to use the little thin size 10 yarn or thread, and a size about 6 or 7 crochet hook, the little bitty crochet hook. You're gonna pop in there, come out here, put a little bead on it. You can pull it through. I'll show y'all, anybody that wants to, because I do know there are some of you grandmas out there that have grandbabies and great grandbabies that they would just love them. They'd just be really, really happy to get those. And even as they get older, not just the babies, as they get up to school age. I've had them up in 2nd and 3rd grade still begging me to make them. So, but they're real easy. 1, 2, 3. 3. Get me more thread. Now, if you'll look, we're almost halfway around this already, putting this little edge on here. You could do the edge in a different color. You could do it all kinds of ways. I am going to go ahead and let you go, because all you're going to do is keep doing this around just like we did. And when you get to the end, you're going to just clip that thread out here a little ways, pull it through all the way, not leaving a loop, pull it all the way through that loop that's on your hook, pull it tight, and then hide the tail, just like I showed you a while ago. I thank you for taking the time to play with me, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you find it useful.